Hello viewers, today we are going to discuss one more important type questions in inverse trigonometric functions, that is a series and a sigma notation form. Say this question, sigma r is equals to 1 to n sine inverse of square root of r minus square root of r minus 1 by square root of r plus 1. Whenever these model questions are given, better you convert into the form tan inverse of something. So how you can convert in terms of the tan? In terms of the tan means, now you can write it this one as let theta is equals to sine inverse of something means that is the angle. So this one is that a sine inverse of square root of r minus square root of r minus 1 whole divided by square root of r into r plus 1. From this you can write that sine theta is equals to what will be the sine theta value? That is equals to square root of r minus square root of r minus 1 whole divided by square root of r into r plus 1. Right? Now you know that in trigonometry the fundamental, you take a one right angle triangle. Here this is that A, B, C. This angle is that a theta. Now what is that a sine theta ratio opposite by hypotenuse? So here this one will be opposite side value will be root r minus root of r minus 1, and the hypotenuse value will be root of r into r plus 1. Now by using the Pythagoras theorem, what is the Pythagoras theorem? AB square plus BC square is equals to AC square. Now in this diagram I wanted AB value, so I wanted this value. So you can write that AB square is equals to AC square minus BC square. AC square minus BC square. AC square value will be is equals to square root of r into r plus 1. You can write that r square plus r. This is the whole square. Okay. Minus what is that BC square value? That is that root r minus root of r minus 1 whole square. Okay. So now by simplifying this value, by expanding here, square and root will be cancelled. This one will be r square plus r minus of, this is that a minus b whole square, a square plus b square value is that r minus 1 minus 2 into ab, that will be root of r into r minus 1. Okay, so now this one you can write that r square minus here r minus 2r is that minus r plus 1 okay, minus 2 into this value will be root r into root of r minus 1. This value will be root of r minus 1. Now again you can write this one will be r square minus r. This is that one term minus 2 into root r into root of r minus 1 plus 1, r minus 1 plus 1. So now here this value will be r into r minus 1. R into r minus 1. Here if you take that root, this one you can write that square root of r into r minus 1 whole square minus 2 into this value will be here, sorry, this is nothing but plus, this one is that plus r into 2 into root r into square root of r minus 1 plus 1. Now this is that a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now you can write that a plus b whole square. This is that root r plus square root of r minus 1 whole square. This value will be equals to ab square value. This is that ab square value. Therefore, what is that ab value? AB is equals to, this value will be root r plus root of r minus 1. Okay, so I hope everyone is clear how to find that AB value. Okay, now this one, if you substitute in this one, what is that tan theta value? Therefore, tan theta is equals to, so what is the tan theta formula? Tan theta formula will be opposite side. Opposite side is that BC by, opposite side by, here this one will be nothing but, what is this value? Here this value, sorry, here one small mistake is there. This one will be nothing but, this one value will be nothing but 1 plus, this value will be 1 plus, this is that 1 plus 1 plus root r into root of r minus 1 whole square. Sorry, this value will be whole square. So now AB is equals to, this one will be 1 plus root r into square root of r minus 1. So now this one you substitute in that triangle, then tan theta is equals to, from the triangle BC by, that is that AB. So what is that BC value? BC value will be root r minus square root of r minus 1 whole divided by AB value. What is that AB value? 1 plus root r into square root of r minus 1. Right, after this one you can write that theta is equals to tan inverse of, theta is equals to tan inverse of square root of r minus square root of r minus 1 whole divided by 1 plus root r into root of r minus 1. Okay, so this one is the value. Now you see very clearly it is in the form of, you observe this one, it is in the form of, that is equals to tan inverse of, it is in the form of tan inverse of x minus y whole divided by 1 plus x into y. You know what is this value? This one will be tan inverse x minus a tan inverse y. This is a tan inverse x minus tan inverse of y. According to this one, therefore theta is equals to, tan inverse of x value will be root r minus tan inverse of r minus 1. So actually what is that theta value? So theta is that sine inverse of, theta is equals to sine inverse of root r minus root of r minus 1 whole divided by square root of r into r plus 1. So here theta and here theta both will be the same. Now according to the given question, you have to find sigma r is equals to 1 to n. Sigma r is equals to 1 to n. Sigma r is equals to 1 to n. See, here this value will be sigma r is equals to 1 to n theta. So sigma r is equals to 1 to n. Sigma r is equals to 1 to n. This one will be theta. So you know theta value will be sigma r is equals to 1 to n tan inverse of, this one will be tan inverse of root r minus tan inverse of square root of r minus 1. Okay, this is that value. You know what is the sigma notation? Sigma notation means substitute first r value, that gives the first term. Substitute r is equals to 2, that gives the second term. Like up to n you have to be substitute. So if you write that first term, then its value will be equals to tan inverse of, this value will be tan inverse of r is equals to 1. If you write that 1 minus tan inverse of 0, this is the tan inverse of 0 plus, so this is that what first term, right? Second term, if you write it that r is equals to 2 tan inverse of 2 minus tan inverse of 1. This is the second term, right? This one is the second term plus next one is that r is equals to 3 tan inverse of 3 minus tan inverse of 2. So like that, if you substitute, the last one is that nth term. If you substitute, the last is the nth term. So what is that nth term? So sigma tan inverse of, this one will be tan inverse of n minus tan inverse of square root of, this is that square root of, this value all will be equals to square root. Sorry, here all values will be square root. So this is a square root of 2. Now here you will get the square root of n minus 1. Square root of n minus 1. So this one is that what last term. So by observing this series, now it will be plus tan inverse of 1 minus tan inverse of 1 will be cancelled, plus tan inverse of root 2 minus tan inverse of root 2 cancel. So like in this direction all will be the cancel. So what is that resultant value in this one? That will be equals to, your answer will be, that will be equals to sigma r is equals to 1 to n. This is that sin inverse value is theta, is equals to, this value I got it, tan inverse of root n, tan inverse of root n minus tan inverse of 0, tan inverse of 0. You know tan inverse of 0 will be equals to 0. So this value will be equals to tan inverse of, this one will be root n minus 0, that is equals to tan inverse of root n, tan inverse of root n. Okay, now the question is, so you see what is that question? Here you have to be find out that sigma value only. Sigma value means, so here according to the solution What is that your answer? Your answer will be, this is that third option is the correct option. So your answer will be tan inverse of root n is the correct answer. Tan inverse of root n is the correct answer. So I hope that everyone is clear this problem. Okay. So now the same question how they will be asked in that examination. See, the same question they will ask in that examination, that will be they will ask in that examination, find sigma find sigma r is equals to 1 to infinity sine inverse of square root of, this one is the square root of r minus square root of r minus 1 whole divided by square root of r into r plus 1. Okay, so this one. Now, just now I explained how to convert that sine inverse in terms of the tan. So this one can also ask in the another form, sigma r is equals to 1 to infinity. What is that sine inverse of something in terms of tan? Tan inverse of, this one will be root r minus root of r minus 1 whole divided by 1 plus root of r into root of r minus 1. So this one is another form. How will you find this value? So this one will be nothing but you can find, after find out that sum of the n terms, you take that this one will be limit n tends to infinity, limit n tends to infinity, sigma r is equals to 1 to n sine inverse of, this value will be root r minus root of r minus 1 whole divided by square root of r into r plus 1. So how much the value of sigma value, that is equals to limit n tends to infinity. This value I got it, that is tan inverse of square root of n. You know, substitute that n is equals to infinity, tan inverse of infinity, tan inverse of infinity, tan inverse of infinity, you know, for what angle it will be that infinity? 90 degrees. So your answer will be pi by 2 is the right answer. So how you can find the sum of n terms, how you can find the sum of the infinite terms. So both I discussed very clearly. I hope that everyone is clear this answer. So your answer will be to find sum of the n terms, that is the tan inverse of square root of square root of n. Sum of the infinite terms, sum of the infinite terms will be, that is that pi by 2. So this is of your answer. Now one more question in this model, that will be tan inverse of 2m whole divided by m power 4 plus m square plus 2. This one will be equals to what? So now we will be verify this one. One method will be by substitute that verification method. A verification method means, so now here you take method 1. So here method 1. First we will be discuss that general method. Method 1. So what is that method 1? So now you convert, already it is the tan inverse of something. So here tan inverse of, here 2m whole divided by, this one will be, you can write the denominator is 1 plus m to the power of 4 plus m square plus 1. So by writing this expression, there is no change in that value. After this one, you can write that tan inverse of 2m whole divided by, you see, this one is that 1 plus m power 4 2m square, you write that m square, you write that 2m square minus m square plus 1. If you write that m square is 2m square minus 1, there is no change in that value. So now after this one, you can write that tan inverse of 2m whole divided by 1 plus. So here you can be write that m power 4 plus 2 into m square plus 1. This one is that consider as a one term minus m square. So now here you see m power 4 plus 2m square plus 1. You can write this one as m square plus 1 whole square. Okay, and next minus m square. This one will be minus m square. Now you can write that tan inverse of 2m whole divided by 1 plus this value will be m square plus 1 whole square minus m square. Now it is in the form of a square minus b square, right? That is equals to tan inverse of, this is that tan inverse of 2m whole divided by, so denominator 1 plus this one is that a square minus b square. A square minus b square is that a plus b into a minus b. So this is that a plus b is that m square plus 1 plus m into this one a minus b is that what, m square plus 1 minus m. This is that a minus b value. Now denominator, how you can be convert in terms of m square plus 1 plus m square plus m minus m. How you can be write that value? That is equals to tan inverse of this one, we can write that m square plus m plus 1 minus of m square minus m plus 1. So all of you see very clearly, plus m square minus m square cancel, plus 1 minus 1 will be cancelled. Minus of minus m is the plus m plus m is the 2m. So 2m you can be write as this one, that is that 1 plus this value will be m square plus m plus 1 into m square minus m plus 1. So very clearly by observing this one, it is in the form of tan inverse of x minus y by 1 plus x into y. So this value will be x, this value is that y, this is that x into y. So now you can write this one as tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. So tan inverse x plus tan inverse y means tan inverse of m square plus m plus 1, okay, minus of tan inverse of m square minus m plus 1. So this is the general formula. Now after this one, once you go to given question, so here the given question will be sigma m is equals to 1 to n tan inverse of 2m whole divided by m power 4 plus m square plus 2. So now you take that sigma. So therefore you write it as sigma m is equals to 1 to n. Sigma m is equals to 1 to n. Tan inverse of tan inverse of 2m whole divided by 2m whole divided by m power 4 plus m square plus 2. So what is that value of this one? So here this value, now you apply the sigma to the above value, that is equals to sigma m is equals to 1 to n tan inverse of m square plus m plus 1 minus tan inverse of m square minus m square minus m plus 1. Okay, so this is the resultant of the after simplifying the given summation. So now you put that m is equals to 1. If you write m is equals to 1, that is the first term. M is equals to 2, that will be the second term. M is equals to 3, that will give the third term. So now if you write that m is equals to 1, if you write that m is equals to 1, m is equals to 1, if you write that, it becomes that tan inverse of 3 minus tan inverse of 1. So m is equals to 1, if you write, this is the value, right? Next, m is equals to 2, if you write that, tan inverse of, that is that 2 square plus 2 plus 1. 2 square is a 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 1 7 minus this value will be tan inverse of 3. Okay, so this is the second term. Next, m is equals to 3, you substitute. If you substitute that m is equals to 3, what is that value? That is equals to tan inverse of 3 square is the 9, 9 plus 3 is that 12, 12 plus 1 is the 13, tan inverse of 13 minus tan inverse of 9 minus 3 is 6, 6 plus 1 is a 7. So this value will be 7. Like n is equals to 4 and 5 and so on. If you substitute like this one, so what will be that last term? If you write that m is equals to n, m is equals to n, m is equals to n, if you write that tan inverse of this value will be n square plus n plus 1 minus of tan inverse of m square, tan inverse of n square, this one is that n square, tan inverse of n square minus n plus 1, right? This is a value. Now after this one, you see, by observing this all the terms here, tan inverse of 3 minus tan inverse of 3 will be cancelled. Tan inverse of 7 minus tan inverse of 7, tan inverse of 13 minus tan inverse of 13, and the last term will be cancelled. So what will be the resultant value? That value will be equals to, so the last one will be tan inverse of n square plus n plus 1, okay, minus tan inverse of 1. So this is a value. Now here you can write that tan inverse of, again you see, this one is in that which formula? Tan inverse x minus tan inverse of y. Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y will be tan inverse of x plus y, n square plus n plus 1 minus 1 whole divided by 1 plus x into y, that will be n square plus n plus 1, n plus 1. So in the numerator, plus 1 and minus 1 will be cancelled. These two will be cancelled. Then what is the resultant value? That is equals to tan inverse of n square plus n whole divided by n square plus n plus 1 plus 1 is that 2. So your right answer will be this one. Now the same question, if they will ask sum of the infinite terms. Sum of the infinite terms means, so what is that value? So this one they will be asked that limit n tends to infinity, limit n tends to infinity, sigma m is equals to 1 to n, sigma m is equals to 1 to n, sigma m is equals to 1 to n, tan inverse of 2m, tan inverse of tan inverse of 2m whole divided by m to the power of 4 plus m square plus 2. What is the value of this one? This means it represents that sum of the infinite terms. Sum of the infinite terms means you can write that a limit n tends to infinity. So what is the simplified value of sigma m is equals to 1 to n tan inverse of 2m by m power 4 plus m square plus 2? That result will be this one. So here you have that. What is that value of that one? Tan inverse of n square plus n plus 1 minus tan inverse of 1. So now you take that this value will be equals to, the value will be, you have to be substitute in this one. What is that value? Tan inverse of n square plus n plus 1 minus tan inverse of 1 value, you know that is that pi by 4. So now you substitute here in this one, that is equals to n is equals to infinity. If you write it, tan inverse of infinity minus pi by 4. Okay, so now you know what is that tan inverse of infinity. Tan inverse infinity will be pi by 2 minus pi by 4. Pi by 2 minus pi by 4 will be equals to pi by 4. So your right answer for sum of the infinite terms, your answer will be pi by 4. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. If you like, please share and subscribe the channel.